Hey fam, you know what I mean? There again with my story time. So this story is very interesting and very unique and very weird, you know. So let's try to make it quick. So for Christmas my wife bought me a motorcycle, you know. Bought me a motorcycle and I was in love with my motorcycle. Couldn't ride first. It's my first motorcycle. I couldn't ride. I don't know how to ride, but my wife was like, you're on the island. You have to be able to move, go to the supermarket, and all of that stuff. So, she bought me a motorcycle for Christmas. Thank you, Miss Mukums. Mwah. So yeah, I got me my motorcycle, and I had this motorcycle for like 2 months before starting to learn to ride. Yeah. Um, my wife was killing me. You know how my wife is. She's, strong. So my wife was like, I bought you that shit and you're not even using it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I have to learn how to ride first, you know what I mean? I'm not just going to take the shit on the road and kill myself, So the video you're about to watch now is me learning to ride, you know, inside of the apartment and, just practicing it. We would call it safe grounds where I couldn't damage myself or other people. So yeah, that was it. So I spent like a month or so learning to ride. Then my first trip on the road. Oh my god. That was the nervous, like I was super nervous going on the road. But then I got the drift of it, and I was riding, I was becoming better. And, I became a professional rider. Professional rider. So then I met into my first accident. Pictures coming up now, I would think. That was me going on the road, getting into some water, sliding across the road, hurting my knee. Had a few little chips on my finger. It wasn't bad, but I could have died because I went across the road and oncoming vehicle. So it was horrible. But I didn't get no major harm. So I survived that, and I was riding again. Picked myself up, went back on my motorcycle, and I was riding. I was riding good. Then here comes the second accident. Holy crap. This one was more horrible because I had to go to the hospital, yes. So I was coming back from seeing my brother and I lost control. I went into a corner and a car came around and I just couldn't make the corner. It was just horrible. I went off the road, mashed up my phone, was bruised up all over, had to go to the hospital, had to get injections, all of that stuff, and it was horrible, horrible. Had to fix back the bike and, but then I got up and I started to ride, but I met into some serious close calls with this thing. Like, I could have died like 4 times, like serious close calls, like going in between 2 vehicles, and it was just horrible. And I decided to sell the bike. Like, I've lost 2 friends like in the last month from motorcycles, and I decided to sell the bike. I couldn't like the close calls to death was getting to me, and I felt like this thing was going to literally kill me. So the last accident now when I decided to sell the bike was me going to see my cousin. Didn't take up no phone, didn't, just casually run in to spend some time with my cousin. And going up, this thing just lost control again in a corner and flipped me, fucked up, mashed up my shoulder. It was just horrible. And that's how I sold the bike. Like, it was just horrible. So, but I had fun on the bike. It was fun. I loved riding. Like, riding to me is an adrenaline rush. I like going into the corners. I like riding hard. And, and the bike was, I don't think it was meant to be ridden the way I ride it. So, yeah. But I had a lot of fun. I went to a lot of bike shows. I'm going to pull a clip in with one of my friends stunting. I've been to a lot of bike shows. It was fun being around my friends with bikes, and, it was just a sport. That's just a small snippet of my bike life. I'm gonna pin some clips in when I got better at riding, and I got comfortable on the bike and all of that stuff. But the moral of the story, anything you put your mind to, you just have to study how to do it, and it will be done. Like, you just have to put in the work, because I never knew nothing about riding, and I bought a bike, but I was cautioned most of the time, and I put my mind to it and I did it. So I'm proud of myself, and I also knew when to stop. That is the next thing. You have to be focused. Like, this thing is not working. You have to be able to let go of stuff before it kills you. You know what I mean? So it was fun, and it was a learning experience, and I'm proud of myself, and I can't thank my wife enough to give me this or that experience of riding a motorcycle, because, it was amazing. I ain't gonna lie. The time going out with my friends and just that thing gave me a lot of trouble too, but I had to spend a lot of time and money fixing it, but it was worth it. The experience was one in a million, and I thank my wife, like, I truly do. So yeah, that's my bike story. But you can look for the clips in between all of these videos and see, me actually doing stuff on the bike, my cousin working on it, me riding it, all of that stuff. All me act.
Yeah, we edit that. Ready?
Welcome.